Hello everyone, and welcome to a very weird video considering all the previous ones I've ever recorded. This is a sort of challenge run for blueprints. I've been playing this game a lot whenever I don't have time to properly sit down and record a metaphor video. That doesn't mean I've dropped the game yet, but it's on hold for a bit longer. I'll keep working on it. And this is going to be the 20 dead ends challenge thingy for a trophy. It's simple in understanding. You simply just have to get 20 dead ends, rooms classified as dead ends by the game, in a single run. There are 44 slots where you can draft rooms in the estate, and the objective of this run is just filling 20 of those with dead ends. I've repeated myself quite a bit. I haven't recorded in very long, so please excuse any amateurishness in the audio. I'm also recording it after the video has been recorded. I'm explaining myself terribly. It's basically post commentary. I did the run without recording anything and then proceeded to save the footage, and I'm doing the commentary right now as I'm watching it back. I'm going to try to explain the strategy I used as best as possible. There is a little very important requirement before this run could be possible, and it's getting the emerald bracelet from the showroom. I believe it's 60 gold coins, and putting it into the code check. It makes so that any room you draft that has a gem cost is for free. So you get most of the very powerful rooms without any real cost. Now, earlier before, I also drafted a secret passage. I won't touch that for a bit, but it's very, very important because it's a dead end that allows you to continue forward. I think it's the only one in the game that lets you do that. Pardon the book reading. As I said, this was a previous run, and I was kind of interested in that because I still haven't solved the sigils puzzle, so I wanted to have a look at that. Anyway, I let go of the garage there because I wanted a T-shaped room and I got it, and the code check as well. So that was incredibly lucky and possibly the reason why this run succeeded. You typically don't want to have a single path going forward because that removes a space from the board and it's not being occupied by a dead end. That's why T-shaped rooms are amazing, and you want to draw as many of them as possible, aside from obviously dead ends, to actually beat the challenge. In here, I believe I go for more rerolls. You want to reroll aggressively if you got this strategy. I skipped over it at the beginning, but the study at the bottom right corner is also very, very essential. For this, it allows you to use gems to reroll instead of just dice, which I do eventually get, but not for a little bit longer, I think. I also used the Banner of the King. That's the reward you get from the chessboard puzzle to draft bedrooms, because half of the bedrooms in the game are dead ends, and one of them is vital for this. I'll go into it in a bit because I won't draft it for a while, I think. But yeah, that's another requirement that I forgot to mention. But I think I put it in the spoilers section, so you can imagine. I think it's right here, actually, right? Yeah, right there. The bunk room, it counts as 2 bedrooms, and if you go into the room directory, you can see that it counts as bedroom, dead end, and something else. So even if it's only one room, it's 2 dead ends at the same time. I also go into the final room, room 46, but I don't think it's quite necessary. That will be in the future. The boudoir is good. It's a bedroom and it has two dice because I upgraded it, and the gem in the safe. Now is when I pick the servants' quarters. I didn't pick it up earlier because I barely had any bedrooms, so it wouldn't have benefited me a lot, even if it was a dead end. The strategy I used is a bit wonky because if I ever pull up the blueprint again, you see that I've set up both of the leftmost columns almost immediately without even drafting an outside room, which is a bit silly, but it ended up working. I don't fully recommend you do that if you're going to try going for this yourself. I would suggest expanding from the center and going outwards and trying to fill up as many open paths as you can with dead ends. You also obviously always want to draft an outside room because all of those are dead ends. And I'm specifically looking for the bunker because it has a gem, so it's one more reroll. And it has a computer, so I can access the laboratory from the Blackbridge Grotto. I think I'm just doing a recount right now, which allows me to set up an experiment and hopefully get more uh, dice, more gems to reroll. So right here, I'm going to be very undecisive before g- going for a die. I also prefer going with die first before gems because you can only get up to 8 gem rerolls at a time, which is a lot. But since dice are more, well, I don't know how to properly explain it, but you can get rid of dice and regain them from the experiment because it's not a +2, it's setting them to 2. So if, for example, you have 3 and you fulfill the experiment, you lose 1 without actually using it. I ended up going with each time you bypass a security door, you get a die. You might have noticed I do have a key card in my inventory. I did not pick it up. That's because of an upgrade to the pool room, the one you play darts in, where if you end the previous day in that room, you get a free key card in your inventory for the next run. That's also an upgrade I like a lot, and I would recommend going for it almost every single time, unless you want to do observatory. Right now, through the secret passage, I wanted a cloister to have both paths open no matter what. I didn't end up getting it, so I rerolled anyway. Courtyard going north and east at the same time would have done as well, but since it could have spawned this way, I did end up going for it. So I reroll, I get the cloister, and I believe I go first to the right. Oh yeah, I also opening it up because of the flowers I got from constellations. Rerolls are always very important, especially in a challenge like this. You want to reroll very aggressively. You don't want to set things up to luck or be fine with things that don't fly perfectly as you want it. Getting the aquarium here isn't that great because it voids one of the 3 red room nullifications from the shelter, but it ends up being fine. I get very lucky and grab a couple of die from this dormitory. I believe next is another T shape. Yeah, security, where I will set the security doors to high to save up on keys. I probably wouldn't need it because I have 8, but you never know. Right here, I end up going with a corridor to get it out of the draft pool. Since this is a spot that doesn't really do much, a corridor right here is fine. Since it's a common room, you see it a lot. Vault is another dead end, good. The coins don't end up mattering. I pick up a lot of things and I am very distracted during this. I was actually in a voice chat with some friends, so I wasn't given it my entire brain capacity, which may have costed me, but I'll have a small run save a miracle in a bit. Well, in a while, not not for a bit. I believe I draft another dead end right here. I reroll for it. Takes a bit. Oh, I really went for it, huh? Oh, but it was worth it. Since the walk-in closet, I went through her ladyship's spare room before. I do get a refund in gems and some extra gems that were just sitting there. I now that's funny. I thought that weird part of the shelf was actually a coupon book, and that was the fourth item. It was just weird lighting. The lockpick kit is great for saving even more keys, but 8 keys for all those rooms that are left are completely fine. I could have done without it. But I'm not gonna complain about free things. I think I end up going for an observatory in this slot, and that's where I'm going to end the run. Because I did spend a lot of stars one time re-rolling, and it didn't end up going well. So I have to build them up again. Be careful with your stars, you could end up having to rescue the run a lot. Now here I draft the greenhouse, which I think, great, this is how I'm going to get to the antechamber, this is how I'm going to open room 46. It doesn't end up going that way because I get a different way of opening the antechamber, and I'm so glad for it, because this only opens one of 3 doors. You want to be opening all of them, ideally, so you can have another T-shape at the very top. And it acts sort of as a corridor. So if you enter from the east, you can go out from the west and get another dead end over there, or whatever you want. And this run, it would be a dead end, but you can draft whichever. And it's a good idea almost every time. I end up with Solarium over there, which gets me even more rerolls. Another tip, I guess, is that you never know where gems might show up. So even if you have gone through a room like 70 times, it's a good idea to fully check it out just in case. Here I draft a rotunda, though I could have gone for the laundry room and gone beneath the foundation and walk back through here. It could have worked. I'm not sure if I would have gone through the 3 rooms in the back of the foundation. It's not in a very fortunate spot, to be honest. But it is what it is. You literally can't move it. So it's stuck there for the entire playthrough. And here is where I play it a bit crazy. I think I first draft to the right before going the crazy route. Yeah. I get the locksmith, and I have an idea. If I go in and get a special key, and it just happens to be the secret garden key, I can go to the spot behind the foundation, if it's locked, and open the antechamber from there. And it turns out I am the luckiest man alive, because it is indeed the secret garden key. So that allows me to draft another dead end through the south entrance to the antechamber. I check the blueprint map a lot, I'm just realizing, and I also have a very low sensitivity. The things you notice when you aren't playing. And I choose the utility closet, which is just okay. Not a great room. I end up going in it anyway to turn off the gymnasium and on the garage, even though it doesn't do anything because I haven't drafted it. And up here, I believe I go for another T-shape. I couldn't get treasure trove, even though I would want more permanent things. Yeah, the gymnasium, which I just turned off, which doesn't matter because I'm still sheltered from the shelter outside. I go with trophy room for even more rerolls. And even though I could have drafted a dead end here, I needed the secret garden to get into room 46. But there is something about room 46 that I'm not sure if. Like, the game doesn't classify it as a dead end. I believe it just says it's a room and an objective room. It is technically a dead end because there are no doors leading away from it. But since you don't draft it because it's always there, and it doesn't say in the directory that it's a dead end, I'm not completely sure if it actually counts for this 20 dead ends challenge. I did it just in case, and I ended up getting just exactly 20 dead ends. But there was a run where I thought I got the 20, and it ended up being 19. Now, I don't know if it's because the secret passage doesn't count because it's a dead end in quotation marks, or if it's because room 46 isn't technically a dead end. Either of those could be. I honestly have no idea, and I haven't been able to check. So, if I had to guess, I would say that it's actually room 46, the one that isn't a dead end. So you could maybe skip it, but up to you entirely. And for the final room, it's going to be the Furnace. And that's all 20, starting from the top left and going right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 with the outer room. Now, as I said, I don't entirely know if the secret passage is or isn't, so I end up going to the underground to open up room 46 and enter it just in case. I also eventually almost forgot to put the bracelet back into the code check. Thankfully, I solved that. I also pick up the key, even though I don't need it. But as I said, I was in the Discord group chat, so I'll excuse that with saying my stupid friends were talking a bit too loud. Sorry, I just had a sip. I set up this part at twice the speed because it's basically the same as every single time you go into the underground. You just go up to the lever, you pull it, you walk back out. Simple as that. So I'm gonna use this time before I finish the date because I want to keep it uncut so you can see there's no tricks. This really is the run that I got the 20 dead ends on. I'm going to talk about metaphor. I haven't dropped it. I simply have had no time to record nearly anything in the channel. And I know that's silly seeing this is coming out, but this was a lot less effort because I'm just recording the audio while watching back the footage before going to an exam revision. I'm still working on trying to pass everything in the course. It's going all right. And soon, very soon, I'll be done. and I'll be able to record more, and I cannot wait, man. I might end up doing more videos for Blueprints as well, because this game I really, really liked a lot. I played it basically every chance I had while I was not studying, taking a break for like a month. I got stuck for a bit. I played a bunch of other different games. I got a lot of platinums, if that's also something people could be interested in. I do plan on making videos about platinums, platinum trophies. Uh, yeah, I do collect trophies. I think it's quite obvious if you watch the Metaphor playthrough. I do have a trophy counter up in the top right every time I get one. And I would like to collect the platinum trophy in that playthrough as well. Just thinking way, way in the future. I might have to do a new game plus since I'm playing it blind and I don't know everything about the game. But it will be part of the journey and it'll be fun. And I can't wait to go back to it. As for the other games I platinumed, sure, I could make videos on them. I didn't plan on it. So who knows? Also, this is funny. I almost ended the day before opening up room 46, so this could have been tragic. Again, I still don't know if room 46 does count, and it's actually the secret passage that doesn't. No clue. There's still tons of things I don't know about this game, and it's been so much fun exploring it and learning everything. This game is honestly my game of the year. Metaphor technically came out last year, so even if it's kinda my current favorite game to play, it's not the game of the year. You know, semantics. Both are great games, and I'm very happy to play both of them anytime. So here we go. Into the antechamber. Sorry I bumped my mic. Into room 46. I pick up the crown because why not? It feels good. I open the drawer because I'm used to opening the drawer. And back we go to the... What's that room called? The planetarium, there we go. But that's going to be it for the video. I'm going to attach also a clip here at the very end. The very next day, the trophy didn't show up in the entrance hall, so I had to go looking for it, and it was in the mailroom. That's my run, and thanks for watching. Hopefully see you next time, whatever next time might be. More blueprints, more metaphor, who knows. See you then.